Hey, it's Chad Hasty, host of the Chad Hasty Show. It airs weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 a.m. KFYO. Well, Attorney General Jeff Sessions came out on Monday and warns sanctuary cities that they could lose federal funding if they continue to put into place these so-called sanctuary policies. Reading from Fox News, the Attorney General fired a broadside at so-called sanctuary cities, telling reporters local policies of non-cooperation with immigration authorities are dangerous and will cost communities federal funding. And the Trump administration's most pointed warning yet, Sessions said that federal law allows withholding of federal funding to sanctuary cities and signaled that such measures will soon be taken. Sessions, who took the podium at the White House, Press Secretary Sean Spicer's regular media briefing, warned of a pending crackdown by the administration. Sessions said, quote, "Such policies cannot continue. They make our nation less safe by putting dangerous criminals back on the street." I think that this is a fantastic attitude to take by the Attorney General. I'm used to the Texas Attorney General actually enforcing law, not so much the Attorney General of the United States. So pardon me on that. But it is good to see that the U.S. Attorney General is finally taking a look at sanctuary cities and saying, okay, we've had enough of this. This is not legal. You need to cooperate with federal law. I applaud the Trump administration on this. And let me say this. If there's a city or a state that considers themselves a sanctuary city or state, they should lose federal funding. They should lose money. They should be punished because they are not cooperating with law enforcement and they are not enforcing the law. What other laws, I guess, should get sanctuary in some cities? Should we allow pedophiles to run free in some areas? What about bank robbers? Bank robbers, sometimes they go and rob banks, or, maybe people who rob 7-Elevens. They do so in order to help their family out sometimes. They need a little bit of extra cash. So what would happen if Dallas, Texas decided we're not going to prosecute, or we're not going to hand over to police or to different policing organizations? We're not going to hand over people who have robbed banks or robbed 7-Elevens because we don't want to separate families. No, I don't think so. That wouldn't fly anywhere. If you are a criminal, illegal immigrant, you don't need to be shielded by San Francisco or by Austin or by any of these other cities that consider themselves sanctuary cities. A new poll that recently came out showed that only 35% of people actually want to live in a sanctuary city. Why is that? Because people want to live in places that actually enforce the law. They don't want to live in places where they give aid to criminal, illegal immigrants or any kind of criminal. Last week, as you know, I was down in Austin, and think about the priorities of the city of Austin, okay? You have a city that wants to go well out of their way to protect criminal, illegal aliens, people who have committed crimes, and they're here illegally, and they want to protect them because they don't want to upset the community. They're afraid that the community, whatever community it may be, will not go to the police. They won't be trusting of the police, so they won't go to police officers anymore and report crimes. They also don't want to separate families. Okay, well, let's take that a little bit further. Does that mean that people who are here legally, that we shouldn't enforce laws against them because they may be afraid now to tell police what's going on in fear that they may get caught up in something? It's a complete BS move. But also think about this in Austin. I can go to Austin and be a criminal illegal immigrant, and I'm shielded from federal immigration officers. However, if I light up a cigar in Austin, or if I take a plastic bag into Austin and use it inside a grocery store, all of a sudden I'm a bad person who has committed some high crime in the city of Austin. That's how screwed up their priorities are. Cities, municipalities, local governments, schools, talking about colleges in states, must adhere to the laws of the land. Just because you don't like something doesn't mean you shouldn't enforce the law. It is the law. You should obey the law, and shielding people from immigration officers is absolutely wrong. And I applaud the Trump administration for saying, you know what, you're going to be a sanctuary city. You're going to continue these policies. We're going to cut off federal funding. That's the way to do it. I congratulate the Trump administration for finally getting tough with these sanctuary cities. Tune in to the Chad Hasty Show weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 AM KFYO. Follow me on Twitter, Chad Hasty Radio. Have a great day. We'll talk next time.